We're diving into why Bumblebee is pure awesomeness, and why Sword Art Online is just plain terrible. Bumblebee gives us great action, real character development, and a story that actually makes sense. Everything SAO completely fails at. SAO tries so hard to be cool, but ends up being a cringy, overrated mess with lame characters and a plot that falls apart faster than you can log out.
Bumblebee is a 2018 American science fiction action movie. It's the 6th installment in the live-action Transformers movie series, and a prequel to the first Transformers movie. Before I begin, I should also mention that this video will contain spoilers for Bumblebee. Starting off, there's the Transformers sound effects during the Paramount logo in the opening. The movie begins on Cybertron. Pretty much every single shot of Cybertron you saw in the trailers was in the opening scene. There was also a short flashback scene in the middle of the movie when Bumblebee regains his memories, but for the most part all of the Cybertron scenes were at the beginning. A bunch of different Autobots and Decepticons make appearances in the opening scene, all the ones you saw in the trailer and more. All of the Transformers have their classic Generation 1 designs, which is much different than the other Michael Bay Transformers movies. We even saw RC, one of the female Autobot Transformers. She's voiced by Grey Griffin, also known as Grey Delisle, the same person who voiced RC in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Additionally, John Bailey voices both Shockwave and Soundwave. John Bailey is also the narrator of Honest Trailers on the Screen Junkies YouTube channel, and the narrator of Honest Game Trailers on the Smosh Games YouTube channel. Furthermore, John Bailey has voiced Optimus Prime in Transformers Combiner Wars. We find out that Bumblebee's real name is B-127. Bumblebee is voiced by Dylan O'Brien, and he later loses his voice when Blitzkrieg damages his vocal cords. The movie takes place in the year 1987, which is 20 years before the first Michael Bay Transformers movie. The 1980s era was when the Transformers saga was born. John Cena plays Jack Burns. He's the third wrestler who has appeared in a Transformers-related feature, after Dwayne Johnson, who voiced Cliffjumper in Transformers Prime, and Joe Noah, who voiced Predaking in Transformers Power of the Primes. Additionally, Jack Burns is part of Sector 7. Sector 7 is a special operations unit of the US military that deals with terrorism threats to national security, and all the danger the Decepticons tend to bring along. Bumblebee's first mode is a Jeep, then his second is a Volkswagen Beetle. He doesn't keep the Jeep mode for very long. We're introduced to our main protagonist, Charlie Watson. She's played by actress Haley Steinfeld, and she's just a day away from turning 18 years old. Charlie is a big fan of music, and she has a Sony Walkman. This is the same model that has appeared throughout countless classic 80s movies such as Back to the Future. It was one of the top-selling models, and became the visual associated with the Sony Walkman for the era of this movie. There's also a bunch of band posters around Charlie's room. For example, a poster of the Pretenders. We learn that Charlie's father died of a heart attack. This could be a reference to the movie The Edge of 17. In that movie, Haley Steinfeld also plays the main character, and her father dies of a heart attack. Furthermore, in one interview, Haley Steinfeld revealed that The Edge of 17 writer-director Kelly Fremont Craig did a rewrite of the script for Bumblebee. During breakfast, Charlie eats some Mr. T's cereal. It was a popular sweetened breakfast cereal that debuted in 1984 and remained popular during the 1980s. Charlie also tips over a bunch of boats accidentally, in a nod to countless vehicular tip scenes, which result in a quick shock scene. Back to the Future Part 2 and Pee-wee's Big Adventure, both of which came out 2 years before the time this movie is set, are most notable. This results in the discovery of a little yellow bug we all know will be Bumblebee. Bumblebee has a Sapphire 18 radio. The radio's model number is BI-27. Gas stations have never fared particularly well in the Transformers series, and this one is no exception. It explodes in a terrifying ball of fire. Then Shatter and Dropkick, the movie's main antagonists, make their first Earthbound appearance and kill a man named Roy. Both are triple changers, meaning that they have vehicle, aircraft, and Decepticon forms. Shatter is voiced by Angela Bassett, and Dropkick is voiced by Justin Theroux. In the movie, there's someone named Simmons. This is a reference to Agent Simmons from the other Transformers movies, or it could be a younger version of the same character. There's a brief appearance of Cliffjumper in the movie, but then he gets sliced in half by Dropkick. The sitcom Alf is mentioned by Ron. Charlie is the one who gave Bumblebee the name Bumblebee. He got that name because he sounds like a little bumblebee. There's a picture of Ronald Reagan behind Jack Burns in his office. Ronald Reagan was the president during the time the movie takes place in. Jack Burns answers to military officer Wayland. This is a reference to longtime Transformers freelance artist Tom Wayland. Charlie wears a bunch of different band t-shirts, for example Rolling Stones and the Smiths. There's a scene of Bumblebee watching the movie Breakfast Club. Throughout the movie, he mimics the moment when one of the characters in the movie puts their fist in the air. Charlie puts a few different tapes into Bumblebee, including the songs Take On Me and Never Gonna Give You Up. Shatter and Dropkick are looking for areas with high levels of Energon. Energon is the preferred fuel of the Transformers race. When Charlie and Memo are driving to the cliff, we hear the song It Takes Two by Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. Bumblebee plays the song The Touch and tries to encourage Charlie to jump off the cliff. The Touch is a 1986 rock song by Stan Bush. It featured prominently in the 1986 animated The Transformers the movie. Charlie and Memo go get revenge by TPing and egging Tina's house. The brand of toilet paper used is Charmin. Charlie and Memo flee from Tina's house after Bumblebee destroys her car. We see the speedy little VW Beetle zoom past the cop. From here, the scene evolves into a lush Back to the Future-esque experience. The cop zips after Bumblebee and Charlie as quickly as possible to Sammy Hagar's I Can't Drive 55. They race into a tunnel, and Bumblebee proceeds to perform a very Marty-like acrobatic act around the police car, including skittering up to the side of the tunnel to avoid being pinned. The entire event is very much a callback to Biff and Marty, car versus hoverboard, in the second Back to the Future movie. The next day, Charlie is eating a Pop-Tart for breakfast before work. She gives the rest of the Pop-Tart to Bumblebee. Charlie works for a fast food company called Hot Dog on a Stick. This is a real fast food company founded in Santa Monica, California, in the year 1946. When Bumblebee sneaks into the house, we can see Pong playing on the TV. Pong is one of the earliest arcade video games. On the news, we find out that Brighton Falls is the name of the city that the movie takes place in. This is not a real city. The city of San Rafael, California was used for Brighton Falls. Additionally, Brighton Falls was the movie's working title. Parts of the movie were shot at the Mare Island Naval Shipyard in Vallejo, California. The show 13 Reasons Why was also filming at the exact same time. Some of the scenes in this movie involve pyrotechnics and helicopters. This caused the 13 Reasons Why crew to have to wait between filming takes so that the loud special effects wouldn't disrupt their on-set sound recording. Memo tells Charlie the darkest nights produce the brightest stars. This quote basically means that it is only during the hard times that we can become aware of our many blessings. It presents to us an opportunity to take off the mask and see things from a different perspective. And if we look in the right direction, it will reveal to us the many hidden aspects of life. Otis is wearing a red Bruce Lee t-shirt. We can see movie posters of The Thing and Raiders of the Lost Ark in Memo's bedroom. Steven Spielberg was the director of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and he's also the executive producer of this movie. Roy is trying to stop Jack Burns from following Charlie, and he says that he learned to drive like that from watching Miami Vice. Miami Vice was a popular TV crime drama series that ran from 1984 to 1989. That was radical as said by Otis. Radical was a slang term mainly used in the 1980s. The B1 notation on the tower is part of Bumblebee and his radio's code, the beginning also being B1. However, it goes deeper than that. B1 is the apartment number of Transformers co-creator Nobuyuki Okude, in which he was living in when the Transformers idea was approved. This Easter egg is similar to how Pixar uses A113 in their movies. The number 13553 can be found painted on the side of Jack Burns' helicopter as he attempts to gun down Shatter before she can send her transmission into outer space. 13553 is the stock keeping unit number of Toys R Us's first Bumblebee figure. Towards the end of the movie, we get a shot of the Golden Gate Bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge has been used as a location extensively within the Transformers series. This includes multiple appearances in the animated series, the live-action movies, comics, and even the backing cards of toys. It's almost always used in a farewell scene, as is the case here. Given the iconic status of this bridge, Hasbro likes to use it to give an all-American push to their movies. Bumblebee transforms into an 80s model Chevrolet Camaro at the end, which is also his alternate mode in the Michael Bay Transformers series. Michael Bay decided to change the Volkswagen Beetle into a Camaro because he said it reminded him of Herbie as Bumblebee drives off. His side view mirror states objects in mirror are closer than they appear. This focuses directly on Charlie Watson as a two-part Forever. This is clearly supposed to be showing a deeper connection between Bumblebee and Charlie, one that will last long after the movie ends. This is an example of great cinematography and a good play at pulling on the audience's heartstrings. Bumblebee has a Chevrolet Camaro, then rolls on down the road past a familiar 18-wheeler. It is safe to assume that this is indeed Optimus Prime, based on his later appearance. In the movie, Optimus Prime is very closely based on his Generation 1 toy, which was mostly red and white, rather than the chrome, blue, and red that we saw in the other Transformers live-action movies. In the mid-credits scene, Bumblebee and Optimus Prime are talking. Optimus Prime outlines the needs of Bumblebee and what will be expected of him to come in the future. We already know what's going to happen in the future since this movie is a prequel. In this scene, we get a shot of the other Autobots coming to Earth as well. Lastly, Charlie has fixed the Corvette at the end. It seems to be a 1970s Corvette convertible. It is heavily hinted that Bumblebee or her work with Bumblebee has something to do with her fixing the car. During the credits, there's a reference to the creation of Adam, a fresco painting created by Michelangelo between the years 1508 and 1512. It relates Bumblebee to Charlie, rather than Adam and the Christian God, implying a circle-like nature between the characters. We also see that Michael Bay worked on this movie, although he's still a producer. This is the first live-action Transformers movie that isn't directed by Michael Bay. Additionally, this is director Travis Knight's first live-action movie. He had previously directed the stop-motion movie Kubo and the Two Strings. Bumblebee is actually the shortest live-action Transformers movie to date. In fact, it's the only live-action Transformers movie that has a running time of less than 2 hours. All the previous live-action Transformers movies have clocked in at well over 2 hours, with a budget of $102 to $128 million. This is currently the least expensive live-action Transformers movie. All of the other live-action Transformers movies have cost much more than that. Well, that's it for this video. video? What did you think of Bumblebee? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. Also, let me know which is your favorite Transformers movie. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications for my channel so you never miss a video.
As you can see, Bumblebee is an awesome movie. It's got everything you'd want. Great characters that you actually care about, solid acting that pulls you into the story, and some seriously cool visual effects that make the action scenes pop. It knows how to balance heart and action without being over the top. Meanwhile, Sword Art Online is a complete mess. The characters are flat and forgettable, the story is all over the place, and it's filled with cringy moments that are hard to sit through. The pacing is terrible, jumping from one boring plot point to another, and the romance is so forced it makes you roll your eyes. Bumblebee is everything SAO wishes it could be, but fails miserably at. Additionally, here are some awesome behind-the-scenes facts and information about Bumblebee.
Welcome, Transformers fans, to an electrifying journey into the making of the Bumblebee movie. Brace yourselves for a turbocharged ride as we uncover the untold secrets and behind-the-scenes magic that brought this beloved movie to life. From heart-racing stunts to mind-blowing visual effects, we'll reveal the tireless efforts of the talented crew who breathed new life into the Transformers universe. This movie was made because the producers held a special affection for Bumblebee, and he was their favorite character. The movie's core mission was to delve into Bumblebee's journey of discovering his voice, both in a literal and metaphorical sense. Being the Transformer with the strongest bond to humanity, Bumblebee offered a captivating theme for the filmmakers to explore. Despite director Travis Knight's direction deviating from the style of previous movies, Michael Bay refrained from imposing his vision and instead offered unwavering support to Knight throughout the production, allowing the movie's story-focused direction to flourish. The concept originated from writer Christina Hodson's desire to have a female protagonist. Knight selected Haley Steinfeld for the role of Charlie Watson after being impressed by her performance in The Edge of 17. Steinfeld readily accepted the role when it was offered to her. She appreciated the transformative journey that both Watson and Bumblebee undergo throughout the film. Kelly Freeman Craig, the writer and director of The Edge of 17, also contributed her exceptional skills to uncredited rewrites of the script for Bumblebee. To prepare for her role, Steinfeld studied the first Transformers movie to understand how the actors interacted with the CGI Transformers. To aid Steinfeld in her acting and interactions on set, a life-size replica of Bumblebee was constructed. This remarkable model included a full-scale copy of Bumblebee's head, chest, and upper arms, complete with intricate paint detailing and eyes that could light up. This reference model served as a valuable visual and interactive tool for Steinfeld during filming. John Cena portrays the character Agent Burns, chosen by the filmmakers for his ability to infuse humor into the role. Steinfeld had a great experience working with Cena. During filming, Cena impressively memorized all his lines, and he didn't require the script on set. Cena dedicated himself to delivering multiple takes, ensuring the best possible performance. Knight's passion for Transformers stemmed from his childhood, where he enjoyed playing with the toys and watching the animated series. The 1986 animated movie left a lasting impression on him. Similarly, Cena is a lifelong Transformers enthusiast who also cherished playing with the toys during his younger days. The robots in the movie were designed to resemble their classic counterparts. However, it was essential to strike a balance and not oversimplify the designs. The opening scene, set on Cybertron, is entirely computer-generated. Despite the tight deadline, they had to meticulously create and complete the scene. Extensive research was conducted on each robot to ensure they accurately reflected their G1 colors from the original series. Translating the boxy designs of the Transformers to the real world was not easy, prompting the visual effects artist to enhance the designs with additional details to achieve a more realistic appearance. In a significant departure from previous portrayals, Bumblebee's eyes were noticeably enlarged to enhance his expressiveness, particularly during moments of fear or anger. Various car parts were cleverly incorporated into Bumblebee's design, reducing the sense of being too alien and allowing audiences to connect with the character on a deeper level. The visual effects artist found immense pleasure in the process of redesigning Optimus Prime, starting from scratch to create a fresh and captivating rendition. The truck mode of Optimus Prime was carefully crafted to evoke nostalgia for the animated series, paying homage to its iconic form. Knight fondly recalled the traditional association of Autobots with cars and Decepticons with aircraft. In the movie, one of the first Decepticons introduced is a formidable fighter jet, symbolizing this classic distinction. The visual effects team had the advantage of an air museum situated an hour north, where they could closely study and use real planes as references to ensure remarkable accuracy in their designs. Bumblebee's character resonates with the audience due to his underdog status. As one of the original Transformers, Bumblebee first appeared in the comics back in May 1984, solidifying his place in pop culture history. The decision to return to the iconic VW Beetle look for Bumblebee was driven by its gentle and inviting appeal. Throughout production, a total of 8 different VW Beetles were utilized to film various scenes. During the driving scenes, a skilled driver operated the car from the top to allow the actors to focus on their performances without the added pressure of handling the driving. Since some of the actors found it hard to drive a stick shift, an electric car was specially designed to make the process easier. Knight had a profound fondness for coming-of-age movies. The decision to set the movie in the 80s was driven by the era's distinctive aesthetics, which people love and find appealing. The unique look and feel of the 80s added an extra layer of charm to the movie, further enhancing its appeal to both audiences who grew up in that era and younger viewers alike. Due to the specific requirements of the script, Watson's house had to be constructed from scratch as the location scouts couldn't find a suitable existing property. Numerous props were added to the set, ensuring it aligned with the time period. In creating the sets, great attention was paid to every detail to make sure they perfectly complemented and reflected the characters' personalities, particularly in the bedroom scenes. The goal was to create an environment that felt organic to the characters' lives. The costume designers made a conscious choice to set Steinfeld's costumes apart from the rest of the characters. To achieve this, they gave her outfits a darker palette to make her stand out among the other more vibrant and colorful characters. This deliberate contrast in costumes added depth to her character and further emphasized her individuality within the story. For Knight, who primarily worked in animation, the location scouting process brought a new experience, as it is not typically done in animation projects. Every set and location was chosen with consideration to mirror the emotional journey of the characters. Certain scenes were filmed in the enchanting redwood forest, providing a picturesque backdrop for specific moments in the movie. The Santa Cruz Boardwalk was another location selected, adding to the movie's 80s atmosphere. Additionally, the churro cart was built from scratch. Notably, the churros featured in the scene were real. The abundance of background characters allowed the hairdressers and costume designers to explore and showcase a wide array of 80s looks for the extras. Since the movie is set in the past, it was crucial for the filmmakers to accurately depict the vehicles from that era. However, finding the right cars proved challenging, but they persevered to secure the appropriate ones for the movie. Many of the drivers seen in the movie are the actual owners of the cars, adding a personal touch and genuine connection to the vehicles. Knight's vision was to create a sense of realism and nostalgia, particularly in scenes involving high school kids. To achieve this, he included a diverse range of cars that would make it feel as if they were driven by high school students from that specific time period, immersing the audience in the atmosphere of the 80s. The grand, action-packed third act unfolds at an old Navy yard, historically known for building ships during World War II. The drain dock resembled a gladiator pit, making it an ideal location for the intense robot battle. Action sequences were thoughtfully designed around the set, allowing the filmmakers to ground scenes in reality. To enhance the realism, a specially crafted car called the Baybuster, paying tribute to Bay, was utilized to simulate the destructive capabilities of the robots. This combination of inventive set design, practical effects, and careful attention to detail contributed to the exhilarating climax of the movie. Despite the unforeseen weather, the beauty of the Golden Gate Bridge and its surroundings still shone through on the screen. For Steinfeld, a Los Angeles native, filming in California allowed her to explore new places and appreciate the diverse landscapes the state had to offer. And there you have it, the thrilling untold tales from behind the cameras of the Bumblebee movie. Remember, the next time you watch this action-packed adventure, you'll see it with new eyes, appreciating the effort and talent that make our movie experiences truly extraordinary. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating Transformers content.
In a world of towering robots and epic battles, there's one human character who stands tall amidst the metal chaos. Get ready to meet the undeniable champion of the live-action Transformers movies, Charlie Watson. In this video, we'll explore why Charlie is not just a standout character, but the very best human character. Charlie is a captivating character who burst onto the scene in the Bumblebee movie. Played by the talented Haley Steinfeld, Charlie is a teenager who becomes entangled in the war between Autobots and Decepticons. She forms a deep bond with Bumblebee, proving that even in a world of giant robots, it's the human heart that can shine the brightest. Charlie is a unique and compelling protagonist due to her exceptional qualities. Her youth brings a fresh perspective to the story, allowing viewers to witness the transformation of an ordinary person into a remarkable hero. Charlie demonstrates amazing problem-solving abilities and mechanical aptitude. Charlie's relatability is a key factor in her appeal. She confronts universal challenges such as feeling like an outsider, dealing with loss, and navigating the complexities of adolescence, allowing audiences to connect with her on an emotional level. This makes Charlie a truly unforgettable relatable character. Charlie is often portrayed as an outsider, making her relatable to anyone who has ever felt like they don't fit in. Whether it's her passion for fixing cars or her deep-rooted grief, Charlie's struggles tug at our heartstrings, evoking understanding. Additionally, the movie portrays Charlie as a determined individual who refuses to be defined by her circumstances. Her pursuit of self-discovery fosters a sense of admiration for her tenacity. The filmmakers craft Charlie's character with a genuine charm and wit that instantly endears her to the audience. Her quick thinking, clever dialogue, and a touch of humor make her someone we want to root for and invest in emotionally. We become eager to see how Charlie will navigate the extraordinary world of Transformers. Her journey is a central aspect of the movie, highlighting her personal development. Charlie's encounter with Bumblebee becomes a catalyst for her transformation. Initially, she views Bumblebee as a defenseless creature, paralleling her own feelings of brokenness. Through their interactions, Charlie begins to see a reflection of herself in Bumblebee, realizing that they both share a sense of loss and loneliness. It's a poignant tale of two wounded souls finding solace and healing in one another. As Charlie becomes more involved with Bumblebee and his mission on Earth, her courage starts to emerge. She takes on the responsibility of protecting Bumblebee and helping him regain his lost memories. Charlie's relationship with Bumblebee is a metaphor for her own self-discovery. Throughout the movie, Charlie faces various obstacles that test her newfound strength and resilience. She confronts the Decepticons, powerful antagonists seeking to capture Bumblebee. These encounters force Charlie to tap into her intelligence and bravery. She adapts to dangerous situations, devises strategies, and takes risks to defend herself and those she cares about. Charlie's growth is also evident in her relationships with other characters. She forms a friendship with Memo. His support and belief in Charlie's abilities boosts her confidence, allowing her to open up and trust others. By the end of the movie, Charlie confronts her fears, overcomes her insecurities, and fully embraces her role in the battle against the Decepticons. In a franchise historically dominated by male characters, introducing a female lead offers a crucial opportunity to showcase women as capable and multifaceted heroes. It breaks free from traditional gender stereotypes and demonstrates that women can be powerful and intelligent in their own right. By presenting a female lead, the Transformers movies inspire women and girls who may have felt marginalized or overlooked, fostering a sense of inclusivity and encouraging them to see themselves as protagonists in their own stories. By offering a well-written female character, the movie challenges the prevailing norms and motivates other filmmakers to consider diverse representation in their own works and develop more women-centric stories. This paves the way for increased opportunities for women both in front of and behind the camera, promoting gender equality and pushing the boundaries of what's considered conventional in blockbuster movies. Charlie defies expectations with her passion for fixing cars, a traditionally male-dominated field. Her expertise in mechanics breaks down the stereotype that women aren't as capable or interested in technical pursuits. Additionally, Charlie inspires young viewers to embrace their own strengths. Through her experiences, Charlie proves that personal empowerment is possible for anyone, regardless of gender. This is a reminder that anyone can overcome adversity and achieve greatness. The lasting legacy of Charlie in the Transformers cinematic universe lies in her contribution to the ongoing evolution of the franchise. Her character's favorable reception has encouraged a shift toward more diverse and inclusive storytelling within the Transformers movies. Charlie's influence extends beyond her own movie, as her portrayal has opened doors for more complex female characters in the subsequent installments. As the Transformers franchise continues to evolve, Charlie's character will likely be remembered as a catalyst for positive change within the Transformers fandom. Steinfeld's talent as an actress shines through in her chemistry with Bumblebee and the depth she brings to their interactions. Her ability to convey the emotional weight of Charlie's struggles and growth allows viewers to connect with her character on a profound level. Steinfeld's performance humanizes Charlie. Furthermore, Charlie's character provides a refreshing perspective in the Transformers movies. Unlike some other human characters who have relied heavily on military training or government affiliations, Charlie represents the everyday person thrust into momentous circumstances. Her valor comes from within. This allows viewers to envision themselves in Charlie's shoes, rooting for her as she battles alongside the Autobots. Moreover, Charlie's passion for fixing cars highlights the importance of individual skills and interests in contributing to the larger cause. While the Transformers are incredibly powerful beings, Charlie's expertise and resourcefulness prove that humans can play a vital role in the fight against evil. Her ability to repair and maintain Bumblebee not only strengthens their bond, but also emphasizes the value of human ingenuity and problem solving in a world dominated by alien technology. Charlie's portrayal feels realistic because she has actual flaws. She's not a perfect character who can do no wrong. Charlie's struggles humanize her and allow viewers to empathize with with her. Charlie makes many mistakes throughout the movie. These setbacks contribute to the importance of learning from one's experiences. The movie illustrates that heroism doesn't always come from confidence, but rather from the ability to persevere and overcome personal limitations. Charlie is an incredibly fun character to watch for several reasons. Her quick thinking and clever dialogue add an element of wit to the movie. Charlie possesses a natural charm and a sharp sense of humor that injects levity into even the most intense moments. Her amusing remarks and banter with the Autobots provide comedic relief and create an enjoyable dynamic on screen. Moreover, Charlie's adventurous spirit makes her an exciting character to follow. She fearlessly dives into dangerous situations, whether it's confronting Decepticons or embarking on thrilling missions alongside Bumblebee. This keeps the audience on the edge of their seats, eagerly anticipating Charlie's next daring move. Charlie wasn't in Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, but there was a quick reference to her. Although it was initially planned for Charlie to make a delightful cameo at the end of Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, the decision was made to remove it from the final movie. This was done in order to maintain a balanced narrative and ensure that the story flowed seamlessly without any forced elements. Nevertheless, there remains exciting potential for Charlie's return in an upcoming sequel, where she could make a captivating comeback as a distinguished scientist or perhaps find herself employed by Sector 7, bringing a newfound maturity to her character. In conclusion, Charlie undeniably reigns supreme as the best human character in the Transformers movies. Her relatable persona, unwavering loyalty, and remarkable growth throughout the movie has captivated audiences worldwide. With her infectious charm and inspiring journey, Charlie has left an indelible mark on the Transformers universe, solidifying her well-deserved status as the best human character to ever grace the silver screen. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated and never miss out on future Transformers content.
If you want to watch another interesting sci-fi movie, check out Vivarium.
Vivarium is a 2019 science fiction thriller movie. If you're unsure about the ending, then you definitely came to the right place. In this video, I'll explain the ending of Vivarium. This video will contain spoilers for Vivarium, so make sure you watch that movie first before watching this video. Anyways, let's get started. So most of the stuff that happens in this movie is open to interpretation. I believe that Vivarium is a metaphor for how empty suburban life really is. Plenty of people want to find a job and start a family, but this movie shows you just how boring and dull that can get. Everything from the food to the characters' daily routine is so monotonous and uneventful. The food literally has no taste at all, and the characters are bored out of their mind. This movie is trying to say that there's not much to this particular kind of lifestyle. You work your entire life and then you eventually die and nobody will even remember you. Existence is meaningless without a true purpose or goal. I like how the opening scene of Vivarium pretty much foreshadows what's going to happen later on in the movie. The two baby birds are pushed out of their nest and they both die. Then Tom buries the two dead baby birds. This is just like how Tom and Gemma are pushed out of their normal lives. And the boy eventually buries both Tom and Gemma in the end after they die. It's also important to know that the bird that pushed the two baby birds out of the nest is a cuckoo bird. Some species of cuckoo birds are brood parasites, which means that they lay their eggs in the nest of other species, and the other species have to raise their young. This is also just like what happened in the movie. Tom and Gemma are forced to raise the boy, even though they clearly don't want to. Additionally, the whole alien invasion subplot actually explains a lot, which is weird because usually that kind of thing would make the story even more complicated. The aliens were keeping people trapped in Yonder and observing them, so that's why they couldn't leave. We saw how Tom and Gemma were not the only couple stuck in Yonder. The title of this movie, Vivarium, is quite fitting. It means an enclosure, container, or structure adapted or prepared for keeping animals under semi-natural conditions for observation, or study, or as pets. The alien species were studying the humans like lab rats, and trying to learn more about them. It's unclear how many times this has already happened before in the past. However, after Martin dies at the end of the movie, you can see on the receipt that he was number 8,899. Based on this, I'm assuming there were 8,898 alien real estate agents before Martin. And the final shot of the movie heavily implies that this kind of thing will probably go on forever in an endless loop. Things do appear to be happening simultaneously, and it's not like only one couple at a time is trapped in Yonder. So even if there were 8,898 aliens before Martin, it's still unsure how long this has been going on for. It could be a year, it could be 10 years, it could even be 100 years or more. This doesn't seem like the type of movie that will get a sequel, so I don't think we'll get a definitive answer, unfortunately, unless the filmmakers decide to reveal it themselves. Anyways, it seems like the aliens will continue to lure in more unsuspecting people and trap them in Yonder until they ultimately die, or I guess until they've obtained enough information to finally take over the world. It is an extremely slow and tedious process, but you know what they say, slow and steady wins the race. Oh, and it also makes sense why the food had no taste. The aliens wouldn't know what real human food tastes like, and you obviously can't replicate or recreate something you don't know. What did you think of Vivarium? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. I personally thought it was decent. It felt a lot like an episode of Black Mirror or The Twilight Zone. I do feel like the movie dragged on a bit too long though, which isn't a good thing because the movie only has a total runtime of 97 minutes. I think it would have worked better as an episode of TV instead of a feature-length movie. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a future upload. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.